All right, it's 8:32. Ryan just decided to grace us with his presence, so we're getting started now. This is the seventh call of the year, which is crazy. That means the year is flying by. I love how many people are showing up every week on our calls, and I love the punctuality. Before it was like 8:35, we were waiting for people to hop on. Now I'm getting on, and people are on right away. So I love it. I love the enthusiasm that we're seeing in the group, our team pages, and everybody working together. This is exactly what I wanted for our team and what I envision with the team culture. So thank you to everybody who keeps the groups alive and makes it where I want to check into Team Relentless every day. A few things. We're halfway through the month. I know that there's a lot of people out there struggling, but the good news is, as long as you're consistent, and as long as you share your journey, especially emotionally, and what it's done for you and the progress that you're making, and really sell yourself, people will watch you and they'll become inspired by you. And there's people watching you out there that you have absolutely no clue that are watching you. And tax return season is upon us, so that you will be surprised at the people who decide to make the leap come right around this time within the next month and a half. It is our busy time. So the thing is, don't get discouraged. The one thing that I keep sharing is that it took Ryan 3 years to get Adam to say yes as a coach, because he didn't think he could do it with his schedule, with working. And once he did, he gave himself a realistic timeline. And so if you're a new coach, or if you have new coaches, I really urge you to share this with them, that he said that he was going to do everything that he watched us do and that we guided him to do for 6 months, and that he was going to stick to it consistently. And if he didn't see results, he was going to quit. If he didn't inspire anyone, he was going to quit. And that really reminds me of this time 4 years ago, whenever I had started P90X. I swore it wouldn't work. I didn't know anybody who'd finished it. I didn't have any faith in myself, but I did say that if I'm going to say it's not going to work, I'm at least going to follow it to a T. So I did follow it to a T. And lo and behold, I got results. There's so many people out there who say that things don't work, but they don't do the right things to make it work. It's like a self-sabotage way of thinking. I don't know what it is. But so my thing is, follow the process that we share as coaches. We have the Diesel Nation's resource guide that has all of your information there. So don't try to make it up or reinvent the wheel. We have everything that is right there for you. I became a coach on February 15th, 2012, when we had 28 days in that month. This year we have 29 days, and I hit Success Club. I ended the first month as a coach, only 2 weeks in, at Success Club 13. So I know it can be done. Just hustle, hustle, hustle. Stay consistent. Reach out to people. Don't prejudge and think that people don't need it. Share the emotional side to this. And that's all I really have to say, is just keep going. Don't give up. Be here a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Do the things that we share daily in the groups, the leaders do, because if you follow it, you will see success. If you don't follow it, you're right, you won't succeed. And I want to see all of you succeed. Lastly, before I announce our guest speakers, tomorrow night is the third call of Coaching is Not Selling, It's Filling a Void in Your Life. We've had really good response from the people that have tuned in, because we're sharing more about the emotional side and what our team culture is, so that people know what they're getting. Because whenever you invite them to join as a coach, they automatically assume this or that, and they don't really know what they're getting, and they don't realize that they're getting all of us, and it's maybe something that they're looking for is friendship or, community support. So make sure that you're reaching out to people and inviting them to the call tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be really talking about who the ideal coach is, because so many people just count themselves out and think, I'm not going to be a good coach. And they have this idea in their head of who a coach is and what coaches do. So that would be a great opportunity for you to go and reach out to the people you've been talking to and let them know that you're introducing them to your upline, or if I'm your coach, your coach. It's at 8:30 tomorrow night. Don't have the paper. There's 2 more calls after that. All the recordings are on my YouTube channel and a playlist that you can send to them. I'm keeping them very brief, 30 minutes, but invite people. I've been telling all the coaches on the team, invite 5 people a day. If you can do that every day, eventually somebody's going to say yes. So along with what I was saying about, you never know who's watching you. When I became a coach in February of 2012, I immediately started becoming that annoying salesy person, sharing everything about my Beachbody journey and, oh, my stupid new computer. Sorry. It somehow dings every time I get a text. I don't know how to turn it off. Anyways, sorry. I was being really super annoying and posting my websites, and how I was successful, I really don't know. But Melissa started watching me. She never said anything, and we go way back. We ran around high school and raised all sorts of hell together. But she never said anything until I finally decided to run my first challenge group. Let me tell you, whenever I announced, hey, I'm running my first challenge group starting on April, I don't even remember what it was. I didn't even really understand the logistics of challenge groups, and so some of you may not either, and so I can explain it to you, but I was talking about it and nobody said yes. Also, I was running a P90X challenge group, so not too many people wanted to do P90X. Lucky for all of you, we now have 21 Day Fix and so many other programs. But Melissa actually owned P90X, and she had gotten through a few, weeks with her husband on 2 different occasions. So she said, I want to join your challenge group. She was completely mystified by the fact that me, of all people, the smoker, the drinker, the party animal, the laziest person, the person who got a D in PE was doing P90X. It was kind of laughable, I know, to everybody. So she said, let's take a shot at this. And honestly, she was my first coach that ran with me in the business. And so I am forever grateful for Beachbody because it connected us. Our children have been able to meet. We get to spend time together. Our husbands are like brothers from another mother, and it's just crazy. But she has ran with me and stuck by me. She helped me get through P90X. She has encouraged me through all the ups and downs in my life, and also just been one of our, the pillars of Team Relentless for the last 4 years. I'm so thankful for her. One thing that I implemented this year was kind of a challenge for my personally sponsored coaches. And one of the things where you had to find a success partner, and it's been kind of hit or miss. I'm trying to find the right matchup, but she actually found somebody whenever I put an ad in the West Region Leaders group asking for a success partner for myself. And I ran across Jen, who is Melissa's success partner. So I wanted them to get on this call to be able to share with you a little bit about their story, how they've been working together, and how it's helped them. So I'm going to unmute both you ladies, and I don't know who wants to get started first, but you both are live.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so like Mindy said, I came across her posting about doing, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, posting about doing P90X, and I really did think, what the, really? So I messaged her, and I was like, hey, I want to join your group. I already own the program, and I just had my second baby, and I'm going to get cleared by the doctor in a couple weeks or whatever. And she's like, okay. So we did it together, and we got results, and I told her right off the bat that, I didn't want to be a coach to sell. I didn't want to sell like she was, I think is what I said to her. I don't want to sell that stuff like you are. And she was like, okay, whatever. And that's fine. And then she said, you can sign up and be a coach. You can get a discount on Shakeology. And so I just did that just because she said I could. And it took 30 days. I sent her my 30-day progress pictures. I just sent them to her, and I was like, well, here is the difference. And she was like, holy crap, you have to share these. And I was like, I'm crazy. There's no way I'm doing that. So she talked me into it, and I wrote this big old long post, and it took me forever to hit post. And then I was flooded with messages and people like, holy crap, that program actually works. I can't believe it actually works. So that's, how I got started. I just kind of pick it up and ran with it from there. And back then we didn't have any training. We didn't have all the awesome groups that we have now. We had the Coach Online Academy, but it was like these series of videos, and then you answered some questions and you got them right or wrong. And everything was really old school. And I think when we came in 2012 was right when challenge packs were introduced, not long before that. So that was a new big thing. And so trying to connect people with Shakeology in a program was, it actually came kind of easy because everybody wanted to know what you were doing. And with a program like P90X, they were like, that food is insane. I can't do that. So we were like, you got to do Shakeology, and this will help with your nutrition. So it was pretty easy. But also back then, in order to reach Success Club 5 and actually qualify for Success Club 5, one of your Success Club points had to come from signing a coach. So we didn't have a choice back then. If we were going to actually make Success Club and qualify for all the rewards, one of those points had to come from signing a coach. They took that away a couple of years ago, but that was tough, but it really drove you to make sure that you were recruiting and building your business. And when they took it away, a lot of people were really relieved because it was tough for some people when you first start. It is tough to introduce the business opportunity to people, especially if you're not used to talking. So that's why we have all that training now. And I can tell you, watching people now versus what we went through, it makes a world of difference. We stumbled upon so much stuff. We were always like, I don't know, we'll just wing it. I don't know what's going on. So anyways, fast forward to like last year, 2015 was probably actually my suckiest year. Had a lot of things change in my life. We moved from Northern California to Southern California, away from all of our family. And that was the first time for my husband and I to be so far away from our family. So my business kind of took the back seat. I had a lot to do and I just skimmed by. I think my average was like one coach a month. Throughout the year I recruited. And I skimmed by with SC5 on some months, and some months I missed it because it just wasn't a priority. At the end of the year in December, when I saw everybody making elite qualifications and doing all these things that were on my list that I wanted to do, I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? Why did I let all that go? But I had to remind myself that obviously a lot of us come into this business because we want our family to be first. I was a stay-at-home mom when I started this business, and I needed to stay as stay-at-home mom. So this income has helped me do that. So, even though we want to make sure that we're putting our family first, I knew that I still needed to have my business up there at the same level. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to make it work. So I did a lot of personal development in December. I talked with Mindy a lot. I completely changed my mindset and wrote down, big goals and what I'm going to do. And she suggested a success partner. And I had tried that once or twice before with people within our same team. And it was more like a social call. We knew each other personally. So then we were chatting about this, that, and the other. And then it was like, what did we accomplish? Nothing. We were just visiting. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I was never successful at it before. And she's like, you just haven't found the right person. So I was actually getting ready to post in one of the West region pages to find somebody outside of our team, but I also wanted to find somebody that was semi-local to me within like an hour that I could, meet for lunch or coffee or something. And she came across Jen and she sent me Jen's info. So I wrote my little form out that Mindy had, and I contacted Jen and we talked on the phone, and all of our goals, aligned. We made sure we had the same personality. We were on the right track with our goals. We both had done really well and kind of, settled back a little bit in the business. And, we just decided that talking every week is something that we both needed for accountability. I think we got to meet at the first Super Saturday. That's what it was. We were going to do our first little meeting, and she's local to me. So we knew that we both would be there. So we kind of met up there and met for the first time, which was really, really cool to get to meet your success partner before you actually officially become partners.
Before we start dating.
Yeah, before we started dating, it's like a little interview. So it was nice. We totally got along right off the bat. And we've been doing these calls every week since then, in January. And at the end of January, when we were both like gunning for SC, right? We're like messaging each other, like, she's like, I got this one, and I don't know what to, they're saying this, and we're bouncing ideas off of each other, and it was nice because sometimes you can do that in your team page, and then like nobody might answer, everybody's busy, or it's the end of the month and they're doing something, you just never know. But if you have just that one person that when you send a message to that person, they're going to read it, right? It's like, oh, my success partner, I've got to see what's going on, right? It's just very important. It becomes an intimate relationship. So we were doing that at the end of the month and just pushing each other. And it's actually been really great. She's helped me change my mindset for goals. And it just so happens that she's a runner And running was something that I put back on my list for this year, goal-wise. Yeah, see that wall? I want a wall like that. And because I slacked off during 2015 doing it. So really, I think it was fate somehow, because so many of the things that are aligning with us together are just really playing out nicely. So that's my 2 cents. Get a success partner. They rock. Go ahead, Jen.
Oh, my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, Team Relentless. I'm Jen, Melissa's success partner. So I actually started the business a long time ago, August 2011. And P90X was also my my first love-hate with Tony Horton. You know, you get only so much of the stirring the pot. What are you stirring? Okay, anyways. So I didn't actually, I was that person too that was like, oh, I'll just do it for the discount. I did hit Emerald because my upline coach did say the importance of it and how you would get that residual income to help at least pay for my Shakeology to do that. So I became Emerald in my first month. And then after that, I kind of just like focused on my own thing because I didn't really know. And ironically, we actually were doing our own challenge groups, but at the gym. So we would get people to drink Shakeology, but our accountability is we'd see each other at the gym. And so I was like, well, why didn't I put that into play with the programs? And 2012, just like they were saying, is when they introduced the challenge packs. And we're like, ding, ding, ding. Oh my God, this is so huge, because then you have the fitness program. We dropped their gym memberships. And and so we were helping people from home. So from there, I built my team. So fast forward, Melissa pretty much summed up, you know, our relationship and how it's just kismet how we met. I actually answered Mindy's ad to be her success partner, because where she was and then she had dropped off and wanting to like build back up, that's exactly where I was. And it just so happened that my relationship with Melissa, we work a lot better, I think, because I know Mindy has I don't want to say bigger goals, but we just didn't fit as well as I think Melissa and I did. So thank you for that, for connecting us. This is actually my first time having a success partner. And I think if it weren't for Melissa, I would not have made Success Club in January, because just knowing that she was pushing for Success Club, I was like, damn, okay, I got to do it. So down to the wire, I was like, okay, I'm at 4. Okay, I'm at 6. Okay, I'm at 8. And then my last one to make me 10 didn't start until February. So I was like, oh, but it's okay. But just having that, like, not necessarily like a friendly competition, but just having that accountability with somebody else and having that same mindset and that same goal, that same drive, and coming from the same background. I too had my suckiest year ever, which was last year. And I can't say that I regret it. It's because I had my son, my first child. And, you know, they say that I'm still trying to figure it out, how to like balance both. I can hear my son like knocking on my door right now. That's why I have the headphones on. I've locked myself in the room. I've told my husband, you know, keep him out there, do whatever you need. So I understand that struggle. And if anyone out there has any tips on how to do that, still find the balance. So 2015, I kind of like the last half of the year pretty much dropped off. The beginning part of the year, you know, I kept it strong because I had my team and we were going to the summit, and, you know, just helping them push to get Success Club to attend the summit events was, you know, just having that accountability definitely helps you in this business. So
I think that,
else to say, you hit a lot of the stuff on the head already.
Well, I think too, what makes it different feeling, maybe for some people, maybe some people feel this way and some people don't. But so for example, if Mindy and I were success partners and she's pushing me, you know, to reach Success Club, I would kind of feel like, oh my God, she just wants me to reach it for her. She's just the one getting something. You know what I mean? It's like a weird feeling. Like people come in and they think when you sponsor them, they almost act like you're their boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get people who are like, well, I don't want to disappoint you. And da-da-da. It's like, wait, I'm not your boss. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to fire you if you don't reach Success Club. You know, I'm going to give you all the tools to get there, and I'm going to ride your butt if you want me to push you, you know, but if not, then that's cool. But, you know, so I think it feels different when it's somebody that you don't necessarily know, or it can be somebody you know, just maybe within a different team. You know, maybe that you meet somebody at your local live events. Super Saturday is a great place to look for a success partner. There's always an event page on your, you know, on Facebook. Just go in there and talk to people, or any local coaching groups. And so I think that's another part of what makes this, it makes me not feel so under pressure, or like, but I feel like, oh, I'm not going to let her down. Like, you know, every week when I have a call with Jen, I got to get all my stuff together. These are all the goals I said I was going to reach by Monday, you know, and then we got to set new ones. And so it just makes it more relaxed. I think for me, that's how I feel about it. So I don't feel as stressed trying to reach those goals. And then when I get there, I'm like, yes, I get to tell her I did this, and I get to see what she did. It just makes it fun. So
one thing that I've noticed from trying to work with success partners and trying to do it within the team is that I've been a coach for 4 years, and over the 4 years, my coach and I became best friends. And then with Melissa and I, we've been friends since childhood. We ran around together. And so sometimes you all can probably understand this, is you can hear something from your spouse or your best friend and you get defensive. But then a stranger says it, and it's like gospel. So and that's why I have team calls with different guest speakers, because most successful coaches teach the same thing. It just is that it may be a different format or delivered different. But I've had so many people say, like, wow, that person spoke to me. And there's no coach is perfect, because there's things that my coach and I really get, you know, we get each other 100%, but there's still some gaps there. And there's things that I want to give all of my team, but I know that I fall short because that's just my personality type. So finding a success partner that can fill the void that your coach may have just because your personalities are different helps. And I feel that, you know, with Melissa and I working together, it's always the same thing. If it's in your upline or any direct relation, you can have that feeling that, oh, it's just benefiting her. And that's not really what the case, but you have that. And you have that pressure of letting them down. So having somebody totally different that you're saying going in, these are my goals. I give you permission to kick my ass if I don't do them. And so that when they do kick your ass, whenever you're dragging and making excuses, you don't get as defensive because you gave them permission. And as far as like new coaches, I said to my existing coaches who have been in Team Relentless for a long time, don't partner up with a 2012 coach if you're a 2012 coach. Don't partner up with somebody who's a 2013 or 14 coach, because you have grown a relationship with them in Team Relentless. But like, I'm thinking about like Dawn, who was in a lot of my challenge groups, as well as Brandy. They signed up within days together, days apart in the beginning of January. That might be a great relationship there, because although they're in the same team, they don't know each other. And so with success partners, you end up growing a really great relationship. But in the beginning, you don't want it being a social call. You want it to turn into friendship. But so I'm not a huge stickler on it can't be in the team. But for me, I had a lot of stuff that was personally going on. I would never go upline to Diesel Nation or anyone in my team, because everybody feels for me that I had a bad year last year. And it seems like 2015 was just a shit year for a lot of people. But, you know, I know that if I was saying like, oh, you know, Ryan and I went to therapy and, you know, I didn't get my power hour done today, people would be like, oh, you know, we understand, you know, and I don't need that. I need somebody to say like, pick yourself up. You had a bad day. Get going. These are your goals, you know, and that's, you know, the realistic side of it. So that's why I say not to have a friend involved, but a success partner is really huge. My success partner that I've been working with, I like, me and her both like to have, I don't know, just feel special, because sometimes we don't get that a lot. So that's what we do. We text each other all the time. We're like, you're awesome, and love your posts, and that helps. And it may be silly to some people, but that's what motivates us. And as you become a leader and in your team, sometimes you don't get those, you know, reassurance as you're a leader that's been around for a long time. So, you know, the thing is, you need to sit down and figure out what motivates you, what your goals are, where you want to go with this, where your strengths and weaknesses are, and then talk to people. And you want somebody who compliments you, but also gets you at the same time. Because that's, you want to have, it's a partnership. It's like a marriage, and it's something that you want to have some longevity with, because with Team Beachbody, it's all about building relationships. So does anybody have any questions about success partners or the importance or how to find one?
Everybody should print out that form and just fill it out. Fill it out, because actually when you read it, some of those things you may not even be thinking about or on your goals. If you fill that form out, it will really help you think about what you want this year. And then you can start looking for somebody and exchange forms and figure out if you guys have a lot in common. It took me a while to fill that form out, to be honest, because I was like, oh, I never thought about this. I never thought about this. So I'm really glad that she gave that to me.
I'm trying to find it in Team Relentless. I don't know where I put it.
I'm sure it's in the files somewhere.
I don't know where it was because it wasn't I couldn't get it to upload to the file. But
I think it was a PDF.
It's right here. I posted on January 3rd. What I did, if you go into Team Relentless, you can type in at the top the search bar, success partner, and obviously there's different posts, but you can find it in there. This is something that Shay Stanford created, and like I said, it's a process. I'm still trying to find success partners for a few people on my team because trying to find the right match and get them coordinated is difficult. But I highly recommend you find somebody outside of your sponsor, because although your coach is there to guide you, after a while they become like a spouse or a mom. You're just like, oh, you're just saying that because when Becky's like, you're doing such a great job. I'm like, you've just been saying that for 4 years. You really mean it? Like, I know she means it, but having somebody else in a different perspective is great. And I always feel that somebody from another team also helps, because as a team we kind of do things a certain way. Like Diesel Nation and Team Relentless have the same team culture, which I think is the best of the best, but other teams have different cultures or different ways of recognition or this and that, and that's what's so great about getting the inside info on other teams. Right. So I guess that's all we have. It's a pretty short call. You guys did a great job.
Get a partner. It's the bottom line.
It's like match.com or something.
Really, but it's true.
Successpartners.com.
Right. Not farmers only.
No.
And actually what I wanted to share too is next week's call is with my success partner, Amber, and Amber Duch. She is part of the Lauren Knight downline. She lives in Alabama, Arkansas. Sorry, I get them confused. Really, geographically, I suck. I'm awesome as a coach, but not geography. But she has been thinking long and hard what she wants to talk about, and she actually hasn't told me yet, so she's as a surprise. So you're going to hear from her. She's been a huge source of support and encouragement over the last couple of weeks and helped me a lot. So I'm really excited for you guys to meet her. That's all I have to say. Big shout out to Adam and Rena. They're making major moves inside of their team. And just, again, thank you for everyone who's been posting the groups and keeping the energy going. I absolutely love it. The month is not even close to over, so get out there, reach out to people. Melissa I always tell the story, when we did the first cup, it was July and August. It was 8 weeks long. It was horrible. It was, the beginning phases of us as coaches, but it helped us build a bond with other people inside the Diesel Nation. It helped us work together, kind of like Jen and her were saying. And on the last day of July, she had 0 Success Club points, and we pushed her and encouraged her because she was feeling defeated. And there was a lot of distractions. Her youngest daughter, Calliope, at the time was only like 8 months old, I think. She had a lot going on, but the encouragement there helped her, and she did reach Success Club. And I had my highest month of like 45 points that month. It was crazy. It drove my business. So use this cup as a way to really ignite your business and get to know the team. And don't give up. If you've invited a few people and they said no, it just means not right now. And if no still stings, it means you're not asking enough, or you haven't gotten completely desensitized to the word no. So I leave you with that. I will hopefully see some of you and your prospects on tomorrow night's call. If they are interested in the first recording of part 1 and 2, it's on my YouTube channel. Have a wonderful evening. See y'all later.
Thank you.